Welcome back, all you kings, queens, and in-betweens to another Should You Watch video here on the channel, talking about the Winter 2025 anime season. And today, we are going to be talking about the anime that I just forgot the name of. I may be a guild receptionist, but I can solo any boss. Did I get it? I think I got it. But in this one...
You forgot half of the title plus 5.
Wait, there's more to the title?
So I can clock out on time.
Oh, so you can clock out on time. Yes, that's very important. How can I forget that? But in this anime, we get to meet the titular guild receptionist named Alina, and give us a little summary on about Alina.
So Alina thinks she has finally found the perfect job as a guild receptionist. She has a cute outfit. It's stable. It's safe. It's secure. Pays the bill. Also, all the good things. Pays the bills. That's the important thing. But then all of a sudden, these adventurers, those pesky adventurers, start struggling to get through dungeons, so she's stuck under a pile of paperwork and can't clock out on time. Naturally, this upsets her. So she decides, you know what? I'm going to fix the problem. I'm just going to murder all the bosses myself so I can go home on time. And this is her story of balancing life as a receptionist and killing bosses so she can get out of work on time.
Yeah, so full disclosure on this, we only watched one episode of this, and at the very least, I don't know if Elaine's continuing. I don't think she is, but I may continue a little bit. In terms of my thoughts on this anime, I think it's okay. I don't think it's spectacular, and I guess I'm more bothered by the main character than I am endeared by the main character. The design is nice, and I think there'll be some like decent like eye candy stuff in this show, because they already kind of put a fair amount of it in the first episode where she's kind of scantily clad and this and that in the outfits. But I don't like her inner monologue. She's always complaining about overtime and yelling in her head. She's always yelling.
Yep.
75% of what she says is yelling, except when she's doing customer service voice, which I don't like doing customer service voice, so I don't want to see another character doing customer service voice all the time.
But you relate to customer service voice because you've had to use customer service voice dealing with people.
Yes, and it is very accurate to the fact that you're screaming about stuff in your head while you're doing customer service voice, but I also don't want to see it all the time. So that's kind of where I'm at with it. Like, I don't know if I could continue through a whole show where she's the main character.
That's fair. I have a similar complaint. The main character, Alina, does complain about how these adventurers suck and she can't get out of work on time and how she's buried under a pile of paperwork all the time. Most of her dialogue is complaining and or yelling at other people. And I think it's very hard to like a character like that. Most people don't want to hear other people complain. They don't want to be surrounded by negativity. Having a character like that is very off-putting, and I feel like it's a very poor choice when you want us to like your main character, so we will like watching them and then in turn watch the anime you made about that character.
Yeah, I don't know what it does with the main character throughout the rest of the show. Maybe that tones down, but it definitely was off-putting, and there was a lot of it in the first episode. It also is kind of, I mean, this is the first episode we're talking about, so we're going to just talk about what happened in it. But like, she's immediately found out on who she is, when I thought it was going to be a thing that at least had a little bit of mystery to it, but she's immediately figured out because she wears a hood but doesn't cover her face. And then she protests later on that she had her face covered, when no, miss, you did not have your face covered. It was entirely uncovered.
No, there was a shadow cast over her face by the hood, Jeremy.
Yeah,
it's the skis.
That's not good enough, obviously, because the first person who saw her recognized her immediately the next day. So I don't know how much I'm going to enjoy the premise of the show. I don't know how much I'm going to enjoy the overpowered nature of the main character, where the main character is also not an endearing character or a character that I'm really concerned too much about. So I probably won't continue watching it past 3 episodes if I give it the 3 episodes. What about you?
I am going to first expand on what you said, keep the people hanging for a moment. The thing I find interesting is that Alina talks regularly about how this is a stable job, but in exchange essentially for having this very stable job, she's not allowed to keep any other job at risk of losing this particular job. She's also described and is someone who looks very young. So I'm assuming this is one of her first jobs, if not her first job, simply based off appearance and descriptors from other characters. Now, if that is true, when did this girl find time to become a monster murdering machine?
Because she has a divine ability. They explained that.
Well, they think she has it. They didn't confirm it.
No, but I'm assuming that's what it is.
But like the thing is, like, she just automatically knows how to use that if that's the case, and she's just automatically amazing and then gets to do that. Like,
we haven't watched enough of the show for it to explain it. I would imagine when they said it out loud, I just assume everybody gets an ability, or you don't get an ability, and the abilities have certain levels, and you just know how to use your ability because it's your ability. That was just the assumption. Like, she doesn't even know that she has a divine ability, or I think it was a divine ability.
I think they called it a dia, and I was like, what the? You lost me already.
Whatever it was. But she has like a high level ability that she does not even aware of, and that makes her really strong. But I'm sure we'll get some kind of explanation, or we won't. If we don't continue watching it, then we won't ever get it explained, and we will not care. So now you've said that, are you going to continue watching, or you're not going to continue watching?
Can I finish talking?
What?
So the other thing I was going to say is I am definitely not going to finish watching to find out because I don't care. But I think the show would have been better if we knew the name of the show. We knew the premise. She said, I want to clock out on time like one time. And then she did everything that she did, but silently. Like beating her head against a wall because there's a pile of paperwork, or because she doesn't know how to fill out the paperwork. Do you feel the same way? Like if she was quiet as she went through this entire thing, we just watched like a montage of her being upset, or like just a few scenes of her being upset, but in silence, it would have been better because she wouldn't be verbally complaining.
I don't think we would have I don't know if we would have understood why she was upset if she wasn't giving us the inner monologue.
But like if you see someone and there's a pile of paperwork in front of them, and you see like the clock ticking, and you see it's dark and it's late, Don't you get the idea, especially given the title of the anime?
Yeah, I guess. But that's not the type of character they're going for. That's one of the detractions from the show.
That's what I'm saying. I think it would have been better if she shut up.
Well, it's not that, so it doesn't matter now, does it?
I'm just saying this is how they can improve.
Yes, I think they probably could make the character less obnoxious in her own head. So that would definitely make the show better, but that's not the show that we're getting.
And I'm not going to watch it because it's awful, and I wanted to cry trying to watch the show.
Yeah.
So don't waste your time.
Don't waste your time with it. Something you should spend time on but not waste is the Should You Watch content here on the channel. Like the video if you like it. Comment down below. Let us know other anime that we should review for this season. Subscribe and ring that notification bell so you know what's up. We'll catch you in the next one.
Bye, guys.